California. From the mountains of the Sierra Nevada to the grapevines of Napa Valley, from the beaches of Monterey Bay to the forests of Redwood National Park, from the deserts of Death Valley to the sprawling cityscape of Los Angeles. A beautiful and vast land, California is home to an array of artists and cultural icons as diverse as the state's landscape. Yosemite National Park. Nearly 1,200 square miles of forest, rivers, mountains, and waterfalls. With over 3.5 million visitors every year, Yosemite's beautiful wilderness has inspired people since before its establishment in 1890. One person who was inspired by the beauty of the nature in Yosemite was photographer Ansel Adams. Ansel Adams was born on February 20th, 1902 in San Francisco, California. In his early years, he developed a deep love of nature, and he was often found exploring the wilderness and beaches near the Golden Gate Bridge. Adams was also a very good piano player, and he almost decided to play the piano for a living. When Adams was 14 years old, his family took a trip to Yosemite National Park. There, he took pictures with his very first camera, and he went back every year after that for the rest of his life. Because of his love of nature, when Adams was 17 years old, he joined the Sierra Club, an environmentalist club devoted to preservation of natural wilderness in the United States and Canada. Adams became the caretaker of their headquarters in Yosemite. While Adams was living and working in Yosemite, he met Virginia Best, a fellow nature lover and musician. The two shared their love of nature and of classical music because Virginia was a singer. Virginia would sing as Adams played piano. In 1928, Adams married Virginia Best in Yosemite. During the 1930s, Adams continued to photograph Yosemite and other natural wilderness areas in California. His career as a photographer began to blossom when the Secretary of the Interior asked Adams to photograph national parks throughout the United States to display them in the Department of the Interior building in Washington, D.C. His photos became the symbol of American wilderness. Through his photos, Adams also helped further the ideals of the Sierra Club, as well as establish Kings Canyon National Park. During World War II, Adams took an interest in the Japanese internment camps that were set up in California. He traveled to Manzanar Relocation Center in Owens Valley, California, and worked on a series of photographs of the Japanese Americans living there. He took many photos of the inhabitants in their daily lives and common settings. He wanted to show the unfair treatment these people received simply because of their race. Later in his life, he established a magazine, a photographers group, and wrote several technical photography books. Many students studying photography still use his books and techniques today. Ansel Adams was a very important man in California's history in the 20th century. His photos documented the beauty of American nature, presented his own opinions about conservation of nature and social justice, and changed the opinions of many others. Adams died in 1984, but his legacy as an artist and an activist still lives today.